What up, people? Pushing Wild Black here, and I am doing a monologue before the actual recordings, and I say ings plural, because this is a mishmash. This is two football randomness podcasts in one video. What happened was the Lions game, we did one, but we did one rather late, and I couldn't get it uploaded quick enough, but it was still good. And then with this one, the one that happened, the show that happened for the Philly game, this was another one where it was still good, but we couldn't really get it quick enough. And it was so not Cowboys, and it was so just football that it really didn't need the time constraint there. So what I did was, instead of having its own separate, instead of the Lions one having its own separate thing, and instead of this one having its own separate thing, I'm going to merge them together. Now, it's two separate times. We did talk about two separate things. It was about a week or so apart, but I still think it was still good. And I hope you guys enjoy them. It's a little longer than what we usually do because I usually like going an hour or so. But still, it was chock full of goodness. And I hope you guys like them. Push the ball black out. Later. What up, people? Push the ball black here. And this is another one of those football randomness shows that we do.
Let's do it.
And this is because Minyon jumping the gun. And this is because we were late doing the Cowboys and Lions game. And so we're just going to get this in. And we're also going to talk about a couple other things. So this will be Cowboys v. Lions late post-game / football randomness with Minyon Garrett of the Rant Sport and Fitness.
Yes. Hello, folks. How are y'all doing tonight?
And Christian Dean, which is me, of Pushing Wild Black Sports. So, Minyon, Cowboys win 42-21. Thoughts?
I think that it was a very okay. Let's start off with this. I think the very start of the game, for the first half, we were seeing them play mediocre ball.
Really?
Yes. It seems to me that they're wanting to be a second half ball club, but the problem is with that, when a tournament begins, and when I say tournament, I mean playoffs.
Of course. To steal the line from Bill Parcells.
Yes. Do you have to be both? I don't think that just being a second half ball club, you can finish. You can obviously win games that way, but with certain teams that, case in point, the Patriots, you want to click on all cylinders with them. You know, I really do believe that it will be the Cowboys and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I really do believe that that's what's going to happen.
Especially since with the Raiders, Carr needing season-ending surgery on the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, that was devastating. That was rough. And, but hey, it's football.
Mike McGlynn is going to lead the Raiders to the promised land.
He's going to take them all the way.
Go Raiders!
He's going to take them all the way, folks. But I'm telling you, though, it was very impressive, though. Once again, Dak Prescott had a really good game. He was 15 for 20, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. At a rating of 148.3, which was definitely good. We definitely outshined. He definitely outshined Matthew Stafford. That was serious.
But it's easy to outshine him, though.
Yeah, it is. Let's look at his numbers. 26 of 46 for 260 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 3 points. Matthew Stafford I would say eventually he's going to have to look for a new home.
Okay, but who would you replace him with, though?
I have no idea. That's a tough one, man.
See,
but I think that there is some quarterbacks out there that would do well with the Lions, I believe.
One of them is our backup, Tony Romo.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of that, apparently now Tony's going to be asking for a lease. That's the rumor now. He's going to be asking for a lease after the season.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. After when the offseason hits, he's gonna ask for a release.
Oh,
will that happen?
The whole the rumor this week was we're going to rest our starters, and Jerry was like, "No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're going to have everyone play."
Yeah. It's steam.
And sure, everyone played, and the Giants seemed to the Lions seemed to care.
Yes.
Because the Giants lost against Philly.
They did.
And the Cowboys.
Thank goodness.
The Cowboys clinched because of that.
Thank you, Giants. Thank you.
Yeah. How was that game, by the way?
Effectively being ineffective.
How was the game? How was the game that way? By the way, because I totally missed that game because of basketball. I was prepping for the basketball show.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I think that I'm glad that Odell Beckham got his mouth shut. That was good.
But yet he kept talking afterwards.
Of course, that's Odell for you. That's Odell Beckham for you. He's always got something to say. But however, hey, let me touch up on this. I want to tell everybody this. The Cowboys offense, it starts with number 21. Bottom line.
Of course.
Ezekiel Elliott, he didn't even have that many carries this game. This guy had 12 carries for 80 yards and 6.7 in average and 2 touchdowns.
And one of those touchdowns was 55 yards?
Yes, 55. They were big touchdowns. Big touchdown, highlight touchdowns. And another person I'm happy about it too is Dez. Dez came with the fire this game. In the second half, he came with the fire, man, and that's what needed to happen. He wasn't complaining. He was doing his thing. 4 receptions, 70 yards.
He wasn't targeted, but he wasn't targeted that much.
But with the times he was targeted,
of course, if you look at the stats, he was tied with the most receptions. It was him, Terrence Williams, and Beasley with 4 receptions. See, here's the deal. This isn't like Romo's-esque offense where we're going to lock in to one receiver and we're going to, throw all game. You know what I'm saying? We're still going to throw and we're going to do what we do, but everyone's going to get the ball.
Everybody. It's going to be evenly distributed.
Didn't Prescott go for 8 of 8 or 9 of 9? The first 9 passes he completed?
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, man. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. I'm glad our defense was able to shut down Eric Ebron, number 85, the receiver. Did a good job with him.
Tight end that showed up.
Yes.
What about Zach Zinner, man?
Zach Zinner, he also tied with Zeke, man. On carries, he had 12 carries as well.
67 yards.
67 yards over 2 touchdowns. Yeah. So, they're out of running backs for both teams. They did decent.
Zinner is a former North Dakota State product.
Yes.
North Dakota State product. He played on the same team as Wentz did. It's good to see him. Good to see fellow North Carolina State guys of that 1AA fame dynasty that is North Dakota State.
That's it.
It's good to see them get shine, man. It's although they didn't defend their title because they lost in the semifinals.
Yes, they did. They really did. I think the Cowboys overall, though, man, they did a decent job, but defensively, I'm still a little worried about them because that ability to cover those holes, man. You got to be able to jump. They have to be able to jump in those slots that are open.
So, what did you see defensively? You being former defensive player, what did you see defensively on this game that was a problem?
The pass rush was slacking in the first half. I didn't like that. The pass rush was a little slacking.
Now you're saying in the first half, because the second half they went to eat.
They went to eat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't have it like that, man. They need to do that all game long. Mm-hmm. If they could do that all game long, they'd be blowing teams out. They wouldn't just be beating them; they'd be blowing them out.
Yeah.
You know, the secondary, I saw some things that just got to me a little bit, and then once again the penalties, man. You know, first half penalties are killing us.
Right.
That's a problem.
Yeah, it is, because when you get, it shows youth, and unless you're playing the Raiders, which like lead the league in penalties now.
Yeah, it's nuts. What's hey, I was gonna tell you, man. What's up with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Tomlin and Bradshaw? What was it? Was it Bradshaw you got into it with? No, Terry Bradshaw? Was it?
Why?
It was something about Tomlin being a cheerleader or something like that. Calling him a cheerleader and stuff. It was nuts.
I was ill prepared for this.
It popped in my mind, fam. So
you need to explain what happened.
Well, apparently, I guess it was Terry Bradshaw. I think that was the guy with it talking about. Apparently, he referenced his coaching ability as a cheerleader versus being a Bill Cowher devoted coach, hard-nosed coach. You know, like a coach that was hard-nosed. Basically, too, he went in saying, you know, Tomlin got a Super Bowl off of Cowher's team and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you know, I don't know about that. I think Tomlin's a good coach. I wouldn't take anything away from him. Would you?
They've had injuries.
Yes. They've been hurt.
Major injuries.
They've been hurt.
Throughout Tomlin's career.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Give him a break. But apparently, everybody's got opinions. Everybody's got things to say. So, yeah, man. I was really surprised he said it. Really surprised, actually. Because I never really thought about Tomlin being a cheerleader on the sideline. How do you view Tomlin?
I'm surprised cheerleader came out of Terry Bradshaw's mouth.
Yes.
Considering Tomlin really doesn't talk.
Yeah, he doesn't talk at all. At all, you know?
And what is he supposed to do? Like, what's he supposed to do?
What is he supposed to say? Like, what is he supposed to say?
I'm confused. I'm confused about that whole situation. You know. Did we talk about Jeff Fisher getting fired?
Ooh. Jeff Fisher, yeah, that was another.
Did we talk about him getting fired that weekend or last weekend?
Yeah, we did. We touched base on that a little bit.
So who you think is going to get that job? Because a lot of people, you know, is that like a primo job?
I don't know, man. There's a few coaches out there, but who do you think they would try to? What would the Rex brothers are all, you know, they're gone. They got fired.
I need to talk to you about that.
Oh,
because apparently that everybody saw that coming, except them.
They saw it too. Man, they've been fired several times.
they're coordinators. They're not coaches.
Exactly.
They're defensive geniuses, but they're not coaches. That's like Josh McDaniels. I would love to have Josh McDaniels as my offensive coordinator. As leading a group of men, no.
Right. No, because I just don't see them. I really don't even think. Is it Rex as the defense coordinator? No. Which one is the defense? I forgot. I totally forgot. But I know
both of them are defensive minds. Rex is the coach. The other one is the Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Or no. Who's the other one?
Rex Ryan.
Rex and who's the little brother?
Forgot his first name. Nuts.
Okay, so
forgive us, folks.
Right, we don't have a staff here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they'll be on somebody's coaching staff. Somebody's gonna get that Raiders job. Not Raiders job. Somebody's gonna get that Rams job, and somebody's gonna get that Jacksonville job. How do you get fired after the backup quarterback comes in, dominates you, and then you can't even take the ride back home? How does that happen?
That's tough.
Yes,
that's a tough one. I mean, he knew it was over. That's the only way I can.
But yet, Chip Kelly still has a job.
Everybody loves Chip.
I'm confused.
Chip needs to go back to college.
I need. We talked about. Okay, so the Lions have basically a playing game against the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I need your opinion on something, bro. You know how we have good Eli, bad Eli year?
Yeah.
And Eli's in the playoffs this year. Right? So so the Giants are 5th as of now.
I thought that okay.
The Giants,
they have to win this next game.
Yeah, the Giants are 5th. And then whoever beats each other in this one game, because Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers said they had to run the table, and gosh darn it, they ran the table.
Yeah.
And if they win this game, they win that division.
Yes.
The NFC North division, who no one wants to win. The Giants needed to win against the Cowboys. The first half, it seems like they showed up while the Cowboys were trying to figure out life.
Yes.
And the second half, you mentioned the second half team thing.
Yeah.
They just, we're not going to play football now. The second half.
It's done.
So now you have, like I said, a playing game against Green Bay and against the Lions for that division. Who you think is going to win that game? And if the Green Bay wins that game and Aaron Rodgers leads that team in the playoffs, do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to have one of those crazy Eli Manning seasons?
No. It'll all stop in the playoffs.
Okay. Are you saying that because you're a Cowboy fan?
No.
And you know at some point they're going to reach the Cowboys and they're going to have to go through
I don't even think they're going to reach the Cowboys.
But, okay. All right, explain yourself.
I mean, I think what's happening is, you know how Green Bay is, and the Giants are. They get to the playoffs. It's an if there.
Mm-hmm.
It's always an if.
Mm-hmm.
It's never like, they're going to dominate the entire playoffs. It's not that at all. I'm not worried about either one of them, really. Matter of fact, I welcome the Giants to play the Cowboys again.
Well, if the Giants, I don't know, because if Eli's having one of them crazy seasons again, I don't know, man.
I think Dallas will get them this time, dude.
You think third time?
Yeah, especially if the Giants don't use walkies again.
Oh yeah. What was that story?
Yeah, they were using walkie-talkies apparently, like on the sideline, and walkie-talkies run interference with a lot of things, and so you can kind of hear other things going on the sidelines.
Kind of hear other things happening.
Yes.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think Dallas can get them this time. Home field advantage, too, on top of that, helps Dallas out tremendously. So I'm hoping that I welcome it. I welcome it.
You welcome the challenge?
Yeah.
Now, I don't want you to make any proclamations like you did last year, because you're supposed to give all your cowboy gear away because the Redskins won.
Yeah. I couldn't do that because I knew this was going to happen this year.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
No.
You knew that was going to happen. You're like, yeah, this is the year. The Dak Prescott is going to come out of nowhere.
I just knew he was coming, man. I knew he was bored. I knew he was bored at Mississippi State, and he was like, yeah, I'm coming to Dallas. I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Ezekiel Elliott, same way. Ohio State. He's like, yeah, I've always wanted to be a Cowboy. He told me this like 6 years ago.
Did he always want to be a Cowboy?
Yeah, and I was like, Zeke, come on, man. Really, man?
Wow.
You a Cowboy?
Wow.
Like, yeah, I want to do it.
He's speaking facetiously. I don't think we could tell you the stories about him actually meeting Cowboys.
Yeah, right.
There's one in particular that always makes me laugh.
Which one?
The former quarterback story.
Oh.
Oh,
yes.
That one.
Yeah, so I can tell you that quick story, guys. Okay, my mom, she works for the city of Dallas, and she's been there for years, and she's a program director, so she programmed this event for children, and they got a chance to meet some of the Dallas Cowboys, and this one particular Dallas Cowboy, I won't say his name.
Please don't.
But this one particular cowboy has the last name of a president.
Right.
And that's all I'll say with that involving his name. But anyway, he's speaking to the children. And he's reading them a book. Okay? And he's giving them a whole spiel about how, you gotta go to school and you gotta do all this stuff that benefits your life, right? So at the end of his speech, he says, and kids remember, and then he kisses 2 fingers and gives them the peace sign and says, keep it sexy.
No.
Can you believe that? That tripped me out. When I saw it, I was like, wow. This is...
And walked away.
I mean, he dropped the mic. He dropped the mic when he said that. Peace, kids. Keep it sexy.
Wow.
So yeah, that was nuts. I couldn't believe that. I mean, the parents, the staff, mouths were open, and the kids were just like, yeah, keep it sexy, yeah, keep it sexy, mama, keep it sexy. I'm like, oh man, here we go. You done started something great. Now I got to tell my kid what that means.
Okay, so what was the age range of the children?
About 5 and up.
Wow.
Perfect timing to say keep it sexy, right?
Wow.
It wasn't teenagers. It wasn't any kids that would probably forget about this whole thing. You got kids saying, oh, that was cool. Keep it sexy. Keep it sexy.
Wow.
Meanwhile, kid gets sent to timeout for doing something wrong. He tell the teacher, hey, teacher, keep it sexy. Come on, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know why he would say something like that, but that's a true fact of the matter. And on top of that too, he wasn't the most presentable person that I would think.
Really?
Yeah, it looked like he just woke up.
Knowing that player, he probably did.
Khaki shorts, high top socks, and house slippers, the fuzzy ones.
Wait a minute.
I'm so serious. The fuzzy ones, man. The fuzzy ones. Yeah. The fuzzy ones, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been knowing this dude. I've been knowing Minyon and Garrett ever since we were 20. Okay? I've been hearing about this story ever since this player played here. I have yet to hear that part of the story.
The fuzzy ones, too. I couldn't believe that, man. He just wasn't presentable. They had the jersey on and everything.
Wow.
He had the jersey. But I almost was wondering, okay, is he finna pull out a pacifier now? Like, where's the pacifier? I knew it was coming.
What time of year was this, dude?
This was in the off season, like probably right before the season was about to get kicked off. So maybe it was the end of the summer, like early August, before the kids went back.
This man said, "Keep it sexy."
Keep it sexy,
Wearing
man.
some fuzzy slippers.
Yes.
Wow.
Keep it sexy. It's interesting, man. We've got a lot. Over the years, we've had a lot of interesting Dallas Cowboys.
And you've met a lot of them.
Yes, I have.
And you have stories about each one you met.
I do, and I have one story that kind of. I mean, I'm a big fan of him because I grew up watching him play and stuff like that. But no, I won't go there because he might listen to this and be upset about it, eventually. But no, forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It was weird because I used to go to a lot of the Dallas Cowboy camps growing up, and they would have the whole training session with the Cowboys and stuff. But this particular one was, I went to Wichita Falls and I was able to watch the Cowboys practice, go through their two-a-days that they used to do and stuff like that. And they did autograph signings and they had all this stuff set up for kids to be able to go and catch passes, throw, and like a little punt, pass, and kick kind of thing. So
Well, it was cool.
yeah, and so I went, and there were, let's see, I had 3 autographs. Well, actually, no, I had 5 autographs. One of the 5 autographs was Nate Newton. I had Michael Irvins, Tony Casillas, Chad Henning, Kevin Smith, and one more. I forgot. But these 2 particular athletes that I'm talking about were the center of the team offensively.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran up to the card. Now, mind you, I was probably like 9, maybe 10 years old, something like that. And I ran up to the little golf cart, and I said, "Hey, can I get your autograph?" Anyway, this particular player, it's 2 of them on the golf cart. One's driving, the other one is just sitting there holding the helmet. He looks at me, signals to the particular player driving, and says, "Man, let's go." Drove off right in front of me. It was just me standing there. And check that out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me standing there, Chris. I was all lonely and upset that this happened to me. Heck, I wore this guy's shoe. I had this guy's shoe.
Wait, that player had a shoe?
Yes. He had a shoe deal.
Didn't know?
Yeah. Had a shoe, man. And that just happened. And then over the years, as I got older, through my uncle and everything, I ended up meeting a bunch of other Dallas Cowboys, and I would run into this particular Cowboy often.
Yeah.
And as I got older,
these stories also.
Yeah. And as I got older, it just it wasn't as important to me. But I'll tell you, a cool Cowboy though, man, was Nate Newton. And surprisingly, Nate, in my opinion, was, even though he had his issues, I remember going up to him and getting his autograph, and as big as Nate Newton was, the dude was huge. I remember I was shy. I was a shy kid, and I walked up to him and I just kind of held my jersey up, and he said, "Hey man, why are you avoiding eye contact?" And I said, sorry, and he was like, "No, don't apologize." And he said, "Hey," he put his hand on my chin, and he raised my head up, and he said, "When a man is talking, you always look at him in the eye, always." Show no fear in their eyes. And that was something that stuck with me the rest of my life, because now, I mean, I look at people in the eyes and I don't shy away from it. And I know I'm giving a big shout out to Nate Newton.
Nate, come on the show, baby.
Yeah, come on the show, Nate.
We don't know how we going to do it, because I don't think you'll be coming to, we can do a phone. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can do a phone interview, whatever.
Shoot, I'm trying to get Dez on here.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I got a buddy that knows Dez like sort of personally.
Throw up the X, right?
Right.
I'm telling you.
Oh, what'd you think of going back to the game for 5 seconds? Since this is a quasi post game. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the throw?
That was a beautiful pass.
All right, let me ask you a question, man.
That's a history-making pass, bro.
I understand that, but why call that play? Is it something to do? Is it keep Dez like motivated or what?
I think it was just a play that he felt confident about, or it could have been I think it was his check down.
Really? Wow.
I think it was his check down, and he checked down, and Dez, he was there. So I love the pass because Dak released it perfectly.
Right.
Perfectly on time, man. Mm-hmm. He released that pass. Perfect timing. Dez came down with that ball, man. When I saw it, I was like, okay, the refs gonna mess with us now. They gonna mess with us. But I was really surprised they gave it to him, man. That was a beautiful catch.
What do you think about the touchdown pass that Dez threw though?
Oh, that was incredible.
Really?
That was incredible, man. To Jason Witten. That was a beautiful pass. And you know what though? Really? The way that Dallas was running that offense, that's the way they're gonna have to do it in the playoffs. They're going to have to do it just like they're going to have to open up the playbook.
Really?
Oh, my gosh, yes, they have to. There's no other way. When you get to the playoffs, there's no other way to win games. You have to open up the playbook. Defensively has to tighten up. Everybody needs to be clicking on all cylinders. And that's what's going to happen. I predict Dallas is going to do well this next game. I don't see them losing.
Who they got next game?
Eagles. It's the last game of the season.
Now, do you play Romo or do you keep the band together?
I would definitely let Dak, if they're thinking about sitting him. I would let Dak get at least the first half in, man.
Treat it like a preseason game.
Yeah. I'd let him at least get the first half in. Because you don't want him to go cold. You know what I mean?
Right. Especially with the bye week.
Right. You don't want him to go cold. You want him to be able to... And plus, I don't think it'll happen like that because I think they want to see Dak finish the season. Yeah. They want to see how he finishes.
Now, if he was
I wouldn't want to take him away.
If he was a veteran,
yeah, they would pull him.
I'd be like, eh.
They pull him out. If it was Romo starting, they would pull him out. But I think it's important for Dak to stay in there because it's his first season, and then you really need to see how he can finish.
What about Zeke? Do you start?
Well,
do you start Zeke or do you let him go? Do you let him hang out?
I would let him hang out. I mean,
especially with McFadden because McFadden showed up. Randall's always, he's always around.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that'd be a good mix for Ezekiel Elliott to have some rest, but at the same time, these are rookies, so you kind of want to see them finish their first season.
What about the Pro Bowl selection? Because they officially announced the Pro Bowl selection, and as of now, they're in there.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't play in it.
Oh, is this the free trip to go to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Bro, let me ask you a question.
What?
As I'm going to get water here.
Is this about college football and people complaining about
No. That's coming later.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do to make the Pro Bowl more viable?
I think you got to go back in history, man, and look at how the Pro Bowl was set up. I mean, for one, the Pro Bowl to me now isn't even attractive to me at all. I mean, look at what they did in the 90s when they had all those, like, competitions to the quarterback competition, the running back competition, that kind of stuff. They need to bring all that back. They need to expose it more. They need to expose it more, man.
You think they need to give more money, or just football doesn't necessarily lend itself to a good all-star game?
I don't think it does, man. In a way, I do think the Pro Bowl kind of is a waste of time, man.
Okay, we just turn it into a flag football game, like a real one.
Yeah. Or why not? Why not just have a skills competition?
Right.
I'd rather have a skills competition.
Like quarterback club?
Yeah. I'd rather just have a skills competition versus them going out there putting on pads, hitting each other like
and everybody just ends up in Hawaii, and we just have a skills competition among Pro Bowlers?
Yes.
That would actually be dope. Okay, now I want to ask you about McCaffrey and a couple other people. The McCaffrey decision... Dude, the only reason I'd watch Stanford football is for him. And I get why they're doing it, but what do you think about it?
Why they're sitting out of bowl games?
Yeah.
You know what? Nick Saban said it best today. In considering what these bowls are about. It's the players' decision, man. I mean, these people have taken these bowl games and cheapened them.
Right.
Because
especially now with the playoff.
With the playoff. Everybody wanted to see the playoffs. And one thing about it too, what I'll say here is I have an audio clip here of Nick Saban weighing in on the players. I think it's brilliant how he answered it. I'm going to go ahead and let it play, let you guys hear it.
Wait. I don't know, because I don't know how YouTube's going to do about the copyright. So, can we summarize that?
Let's see here. Well, it just basically says, how he was fired up at the latest press conference. And he basically just said, hey, look, it's the players' decision. The playoff system we brought on ourselves by us having a playoff system, it cheapens the bowl play because nobody's looking forward to going to the Rose Bowl. Nobody's looking forward to going to, it's all about
we shouldn't have bowls though, Minyon. Bro, okay, let me ask you a question, man. And this is something that I'm because of this channel and because of this platform. I gotta get this out. I went to a 1AA school my freshman year in college. Southern Illinois University, go Salukis. We went to the playoffs. Matter of fact, I was cool with a couple of football players at the time. And they said, I don't understand why the bigger schools that are not 1AA, I don't understand why the bigger schools and this was in 2001 season. So it's about 15 years ago, or 16 years ago rather. He said, I don't understand why the big boys don't play playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We play a 16-team playoff. Because I know this because I remember that year because they were close. They didn't make the playoff, but they were close. And they were I forget the brother's name, but he was a lineman. You know, I stayed in the athletic dorm. Basically, all the basketball players, all the football players, and ironically, not ironically, but it just so happens that I played wheelchair basketball, and so did my roommate. So and it's an all dudes dorm. So it's all dudes, all athletes or former athletes. You either play ball in high school or you're playing ball for the school. And I was cool with some of the football players, and they said, and all of them to a T said the same thing. How come bigger schools they don't have a playoff system? There's no reason why the big time schools, other than conferences and money and bowl money, there's no reason why you can't use the bowl system to have an 18 playoff. None. When every other school, and don't tell me it's about the game is different. It's a different thing. Look, it doesn't cheapen the kids like academically, because if that were true, then you take the playoff system for the smaller schools away. And I just a couple weeks ago, I just so happened to see the Mount Union Division III football championships, and they ended up losing that game. Mount Union did, but they make it to their championship every game, every year. They have playoffs. The 1AA, the FCS football championship series.
Yeah.
Now they have one. Division II has one. NIAI has one. But we were tripping about a 4-game playoff, and then we're tripping about an 8-game playoff. There's no reason why the sport. Oh, by the way, they're gonna add they're trying to add two more teams to the playoffs for football. So please miss me with the whole you can't do that in major college football.
Right.
You can do that in any other division but that one. But we're so tied into the bowl system, and my thought is all they're gonna do is, if you're not playing in the semifinals, all they're gonna do is give you a bag full of swag, which you can't do anything with anyway. Right. You're gonna end up giving it to all your friends, or selling it sort of, so you can get a little bit of money, and that's it. They're gonna give you a bag, they're gonna give you a trophy, and they might give you like a little championship ring and stuff. But it's like, really? If he wants to... Now, I will say this, though. I don't like it.
Right.
I don't like how Christian McCaffrey decided that he didn't want to play. But then again, we're former athletes, and I'm at the point... I'm kind of like, all right, play. Support your teammates.
Right.
Play, please. Like... I know you stand to risking millions of dollars, but you're also, you owe it to your teammates to ball out.
Exactly. Just like you did years ago.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually gonna hurt his draft stock, not by much. I just think Belichick's gonna be like, we must have him.
Yeah, Belichick, he'll grab him.
Bro, think about this for a second. That dude can do anything. He's a pure athlete from Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, man.
It is.
So you told me what Saban thinks. What do you think as a football player?
What do I think as a football player?
Yeah, as far as what do you think about the story?
About sitting out?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of want to, if you know you're going to go pro, why not play that last game with your teammates?
Mm-hmm.
You might as well do it, man. Just go out with your team and do it one last time, man.
What if he gets hurt?
I mean, dude, it's football, man. You could have got hurt the weeks before. You could have got hurt the weeks after that.
It's football, man.
It's football, man. It is what it is. It's a game, you know. Do I understand what he's trying to do? Yeah, I understand, because you're right there, you know, at the peak of getting drafted to the NFL, and you don't want any mess ups, you know. But
Now, do you think a GM is gonna not pick him because of this?
I'm pretty sure that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to have to deal with if the team goes to the playoffs. He's gonna say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna sit out until we get into the playoffs." It's possible though. He'll get picked up though.
Think Belichick's gonna get him or gonna try to?
I wouldn't doubt it. It's a good pick.
Okay, what position does he play? Does he play slot receiver? Does he play running back? Does he play?
He can do it all, man. I mean,
I
move him around.
Does he basically show Tebow this is what your career could have been, and take snaps as a? I'm sorry, or another person that makes me angry about not understanding. Just play football. Is Eric Crouch?
Yes.
And I think I've said my Eric Crouch vent on this channel.
Yeah.
I think I did that, but I honestly hope he ends up going to one or two places, Green Bay or New England, just because I think they'll know what to do with him.
Right.
I also think it would be kind of novelty wise to have him as like the main draw when it comes to jersey sales, because if he goes to Green Bay or Patriots, they're gonna have a ball with him.
Oh yeah, they are big time, man. No doubt. Predictions for this next game for the Cowboys, Chris.
What do they have? Who they have?
Eagles,
Philly?
Philadelphia. What do you think?
I think they'll win. Eagles don't have anything to play for. Dallas doesn't have anything to play for. It'll just be real football now.
21-10, guys.
24-21. Cowboys.
There you go.
Well, we have done an hour, sir.
Yes, we have.
Let me see for certain. We've done 46 minutes.
That's pretty good.
So, all right, people. Then after this week will be the playoff picture will be more clear,
and we will be on location during the playoffs, guys. We will be shooting a location.
Minyon, you got final thoughts?
Hey, I'm good, guys. Hey, you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and let's get fired up for these Cowboys and Philly game. Guys, please get with the blog.
Check our stuff. Check our Twitters. Check the Facebook page. We can use all the help we can get.
The Rant Sports and Fitness is out, guys.
And Pushing While Black. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram page is coming, and the website is also coming. So holler at us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, hit me up on Twitter, guys.
All right. Well, for Pushing While Black Sports, my name is Christian Dean.
And I'm Minyon, Garrett.
Deuces, people. We will holler at y'all sometime next week.
Later.
What up, people? Pushing While Black here, and this is an impromptu football playoff show with the Rant's own Minyon Garrett.
Garrett, hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
Rant Sports and Fitness, come follow me. Hit me up on Facebook and Twitter.
Yep, and Pushing While Black Sports. Hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that. So is that your call? Is that your van, dude?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Let's rock and roll. Let's do this.
All right, so we were getting into. You had mentioned how Stephen A. Smith's a Cowboy hater for no reason other than the fact that he's a Cowboy hater.
Exactly.
And he went on this tangent about the Cowboys, and I was just saying, because we were having a conversation before I hit the button, and it trailed off into how Stephen A. Smith's a Cowboy hater, and how basically Stephen A. Smith is a dude that for no other reason is now, mind you, I'm not the most super Cowboy fan in the world. And originally, when I started doing this vlog, it was because I figured it was going to be bad. Cowboys were going to be bad. And Minyon, Garrett, Rant, and Raven every Sunday about how bad Cowboys are. We'll get into that. We'll get into that loss in a second. But you cannot deny, even if you're not a Cowboy fan, you can't deny what happened this season. You know what I'm saying? And for you to make a point just to hate them, I mean, it doesn't matter if they don't make the Super Bowl. Because look at what happened.
Right. Look what they did.
So if Stephen A. Smith wants to be that little angry, balding, loud black man just on the Cowboys. Okay, if they lose the Super Bowl, and look at what, bro. Ezekiel Elliott got the rushing title.
Yes, he did.
Did he even play last game? No. He had the rushing title in 15 games, fam.
The rush in 15 games.
Yeah, because he didn't play last game.
Yeah, exactly.
At all. He got the rushing title in 15 games. It's him and Dak will probably end up being a co-rookie of the year. That's the only way to do it. Like,
it really is.
What do you, I'm not understanding what Stephen A. Smith is mad about. Help me understand what he's mad about.
Well, he's tired. He's tired of the Cowboys, fan base. He's tired of the hooting and hollering of, hey, we've got the triplets again. He's hooting and hollering about how the Cowboys just stay stuck in the 90s and they aren't relevant. Well, I got something for Stephen A. Hey, Stephen, look, man, sorry, but we got something special here in Dallas, and it's something that is history making. Now, you can get you a bandwagon fan club form.
Y'all got the forms. Apparently there are forms made.
Yeah, the forms are already made. I mean, to be honest with you, what do you have to hate on them about? They worked hard. They've got a dynamic team right now. Yes, some of the stuff is shaky with what they're doing, but how can you get mad?
Right.
They winning.
Right.
Teams are stepping up and losing. Teams are stepping up and losing to these boys.
Right. And the last game, because we got to talk about the last game, bro.
Let's talk about the last game. Why do I have to hear Philly fans talking noise? Oh yeah, we beat the Cowboys. Yeah, you beat their second string dummy.
And you beat their third string quarterback.
And you beat their third string quarterback. Oh, you tore Mark Sanchez up. I give you that. You ate him up. Y'all did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Y'all finished strong.
Yeah,
that was good.
He's clapping.
Go home. Get your popcorn ready for the playoffs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can watch it on your lazy boy. Okay? Stop the hate. Appreciate.
You know what that game was? We want to see if we have anything in Mark Sanchez, and we don't. That's what that was. That entire game was. That entire game was because what? Dak played one series.
That's it.
He played one series, and then Romo played one series. Threw a touchdown. Yay! Let Minnesota know that he's healthy and he still got that arm.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Or let Denver know he's healthy and still got that arm. And basically, you let Mark Sanchez be basically run the game. And you realize very quickly, if Chip Kelly isn't in the league, Mark Sanchez doesn't have a job.
Exactly. Mark Sanchez, I feel bad for him, man. He he had a rough game, man, because I saw them after that one play he did. It was like, it might have been the interception. Yeah, it was the interception play that he threw. He threw it right to the defender, man. I mean, just threw it to him like it was a piece of candy, like he was passing out hot wings or something. He threw it at him, man. And they showed a picture of Dak, not a picture, but a video of Dak and Bryant, and their faces were like stunned. And if you read Dez's lips, Dez was like, "What the F is that?" Yeah. And I'm like, wow, dang, Mark. Yeah, Mark won't be there next year, fans.
Of course. You got Kellen Moore should be back.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a totally. We need to see what we have in Sanchez, and basically Sanchez is blah.
And you know what though? Had he went in there and was gunslinging, they probably would have kept him. If he went in there gunslinging and completing passes though, because you can gunsling and mess up, but I'm saying if he went in there, I don't think he was ready. To be honest with you,
I think he was ready. I just think he's bad. Other than when he played for Chip Kelly. Speaking of which, Chip Kelly is gone.
Yes.
It's a wrap. Chip Kelly is gone. It's all over for Chip Kelly. And mind you, that doesn't necessarily mean that Chip Kelly is going to be broke, because they still owe him money.
Right. Think he goes back to college?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know where though, because all the good coaching jobs are pretty much.
You know, I wouldn't want him in Texas. I'll tell you that. None of the schools in Texas.
You don't think he'll be good at, like, I don't know, like pick a random school. Like, it'd be funny if he goes to North Texas.
Paul Quinn.
Oh, dude, no, don't do that. that NAIA school, don't do that. Would be funny if North Texas just was like, we'll just give you whatever you want, and then North Texas becomes a powerhouse.
Dude, you know what? If they got Chip Kelly, man, they'd have to pay him what? You know, I think he would probably be the richest, or almost the richest college coach in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, out of money-wise, contract-wise. But I guess I can see Chip Kelly coaching North Texas, though.
Yeah.
Because they just have a bunch. Because North Texas just has a bunch of, like, raw talent that goes looked at.
And, you know, Chip has a tendency, you know, he has that pedigree of getting guys that are undersized, getting guys that figuring out ways to get guys to play for him. And Eugene, Oregon, like Denton, Texas, and Eugene, Oregon, like he was figuring out how to get guys to go to Eugene, Oregon.
Yes. Oh yeah. No doubt.
So, hey man. So basically, Cowboys. Do we really need to go to that game? Because I actually want to talk to you about the playoffs, and I want to talk to you about some other happenings that are happening. Do we really need to analyze that game? Because really, that game wasn't as important as okay, let's see what we have.
No, it was a preseason game.
Pretty much. So I'm not gonna go deep into that game because there's no need. I just want to get your matchups as far as playoffs go. So, you know, because Wild Card Weekend is this weekend. All right, brother. Like the Raiders versus the Texans. The Raiders are 12-4. The Texans are 9-7. Okay. Little bro is injured. Carr is younger Carr is injured, and they got Matt McGloin as the starter. So, what say you, sir? Do you think that Texas with what's the kid's name? Savage. What's his name?
Yeah, Savage.
Yeah.
Do I think he
battle of the backup quarterback? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I think with that situation, I think with their talent level, he could be okay. But I think that since the tournament is beginning, I don't know how he's going to react to a lot of the to basically to the way they're going to scheme him.
You mean you mean the Raiders backup QB?
Yeah,
or you mean Savage?
I don't know how he's going to react to the scheming when the tournament starts, man. Because it's a whole new different level when that tournament starts.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the ball's on his court, man. I mean, he's going to have to get out there, lead his team, and see what they can do. And they're going to have to guide him because what playoff experience has he had?
None.
Exactly.
And he's the backup.
So he's already going in there he should go in there with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Really. Because he's got something to prove right here. I tell you what, if he doesn't prove it, I believe if he doesn't prove himself now, he's probably not going to be there next year.
So who you got winning? Do you have Oakland or do you have Houston?
Man, I can't. By numbers, I say Oakland. Just by what they've done this season. But I might pull and say Houston, man.
Houston for the upset?
I might.
It really depends on how the game is because Houston could win that game.
Yeah, they could.
Houston can win that game. The defense is good enough to where they don't really need offensively to do anything. They don't need the quarterback to do much.
Right.
So Brock Osweiler, they can hide Brock Osweiler from himself and put the rookie in.
That's
so
it.
I think because of talent wise, the Raiders are still a better talent than Houston. But I also think too that Houston has a great chance of upsetting here. All right.
Yes.
So we got that.
Houston's been in the playoffs before.
Right. And Houston's defense is better.
Right.
Okay, so we got that game. We don't really have the scores here, but we got that game. Okay, the 8:15 game on Saturday on Wild Card Weekend is the Lions and the Seahawks. And do you give the Lions a snowball's chance in hell of doing anything against the Seahawks?
You know what? That's another game that I think could be an upset for the Seahawks.
Right.
I really do, man. I mean, if Detroit comes in there and they come in there, because you know how Matthew Stafford is, man. I believe if it is can't talk tonight. I believe that if it's a shootout,
yeah,
Detroit wins.
Yeah.
I believe if it's a shootout, Detroit's going to win out.
Because do you think Russell Wilson, do you think that he's able to beat you in a shutout?
Nope.
In a shootout, rather?
Nope.
Wow. I think that defense is going to be
not this year.
I think that defense is going to be just enough to where it's going to be fun to watch, but I think the Seahawks are going to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's possible. I just think that if it becomes a shootout, I think Russell Wilson will lose that one to Matthew Stafford.
Wow.
If it's a shootout.
Wow.
Yeah, if it comes down to gunslinging, yes. I really do. if it comes down to that.
I feel you on that, man.
Yeah.
The Sunday games are as follows, and that's the Dolphins and the Steelers. Should we just?
Wait, man, that is going to be an interesting game. Man, Dolphins and the Steelers. I would have to say I'd have to say the Steelers, man.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to say the Steelers. I think that we know how big Ben is, man, and
Yeah.
I think if, like, once again a shootout happens, if it's a shootout, I'll put it like this: if it's a shootout, Dolphins win. If it's not a shootout, if it's not like something like that, the Steelers win. If the Steelers can control the game with their starting running back and star receiver, they win the game. If they cannot do that, and it becomes a defensive game on the Steelers' part, the Steelers lose. Tannehill kills them all game long.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Tannehill's going to kill him if it comes down to that.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Big Ben, I know Big Ben in big games, Big Ben can come through. But I think overall, though, Tannehill has a little more touch on his ball, man.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
But, look, like I said, let me go back to this. If the Steelers catch fire with their running back, which is highly likely,
Right.
and Antonio Brown catches fire as well, it's going to be a long game for the Dolphins, man.
Okay. And the last game of Wild Card Weekend, and this is the one I'll be interested in, the Giants and Eli Manning versus the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ran the table. Aaron Rodgers said they needed to run the table, and they ran the table, and they are against two-time Super Bowl champion and randomness that is Eli Manning. Who do you think got that? And I have a follow-up question to whoever's going to win, whoever wins that game.
Oh, man, I want to say Green Bay. Green Bay's going to win that one.
Green Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Green Bay's going to win it.
Why?
Because I just believe that they have a little more depth than the Giants. When their minds are focused and they're set, we know Eli. We know what he's capable of.
Right.
And it shows like in the second half.
Okay.
But you have two squads. You have two squads there that can literally score at will.
Okay.
Two teams that can score at will. It's going to come down to a defensive game for both squads, man. But at the end of the game, though, I think it's going to be Green Bay winning.
Okay. Now.
And I'm not even a Green Bay fan. You know that. I'm not a New York fan. You for sure know that. But
exactly.
I just think Green Bay is going to win it, and it's going to be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be one of those blowouts. It's going to be something like 17-10 or something like that.
Now here's my question.
Okay.
Do you think the winner of that game has one of those crazy, like, run the table type of postseasons where a Super Bowl happens?
No.
So you don't think the Giants have one more crazy year in them?
Nope.
You don't think you don't think the Packers and Aaron Rodgers has that same makeup?
Nope.
Wow.
I see them both falling in the playoffs.
Wow.
Yep. I see them both falling in the playoffs. I do.
So Green Bay wins that game, but then they don't really go far.
Right.
Wow.
Because think about it. Who who would Green Bay play next if in your opinion, who would Green Bay play next if they won that first round?
The winner,
who would they play next?
Probably the Cowboys.
Okay. Do you think that defensively, Green Bay do you think defensively Green Bay has the defensive power to shut down the Cowboys offense? The entire game.
Based from what I've seen, no, but it would be a good matchup.
Yeah, it'd be a good matchup. Okay. Let's see. The Giants. If the Giants just so happen to beat Green Bay,
right?
We know the history that Dallas has had throughout the season with the Giants. Do you see the Giants beating the Cowboys a third time? In the playoffs.
I don't know, man, because Dak is still a rookie, though.
Yeah, he's still a rookie. But do you think since Dallas is going to have that week off,
right,
to heal up, get their minds right,
right,
focus, practice a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that the Giants are going, if they have to play the Giants, do you really think the Giants are going to come marching in Dallas and beat them after that?
Yeah, I see your point, but I've watched too many people say they were gonna do something but didn't do it.
Well, the reason I throw that in there is because think about it. We played the Giants, we lost to them, but we weren't healthy. We were missing a lot of players.
Yeah,
and a lot of people didn't realize that. A lot of people didn't realize how many players Dallas was actually missing.
Right.
There were some missing puzzle pieces during those games.
Right.
Defensively and offensively.
Mm-hmm.
So those pieces are coming. They get an extra week. The ones that were out, they get an extra week to heal up,
mm-hmm.
and they're coming back to play.
Right.
They're coming back to play. Whoever that is, whoever it's going to be. So that's why I say Dallas has the upper hand here. They do. They just need to keep it. And I believe that they will. Whoever they play, Giants or Green Bay, Dallas is going to win that game.
So you have no belief at all that either one of these dudes has the crazy, I'm going to win a bunch of games in a row and just dominate your...
I just don't. I don't feel it, man. I don't feel it. And you know why I don't feel it? It's because of the press interview that I heard earlier during the week by Dallas's defensive ends and Sean Lee, and then some of the old Cowboys. They were speaking on it. They said, if we have to play them again, even Dez said it. Our defense will be healthy, be stronger, and also they'll have that ability to rush Eli. Because we both know if Eli is literally on his back the whole game, he's not going to be able to do anything.
Right.
And we've seen sparks of Dallas' second string DN that they have.
Right.
Had a monstrous game.
Right.
You remember?
Yes, I do.
He had a monstrous game. So I believe that Dallas, as a whole, defensively, if they keep Eli on his back, if they keep him pedaling, Dallas wins that game, man.
Mm-hmm.
And with them coming back from that bye week actually healthy, it's a wrap, dude.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying they're going to beat these teams by a landslide. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to say that. But I believe Dallas wins at the end of the day.
Okay. Wow. So you're going full tilt boogie on Dallas winning the bowl.
I didn't say that. I said that I'm full tilt boogie on them going to the Super Bowl, yeah.
But they're not going to win the bowl.
I'm not going to say that yet. I'll say this. I believe that they can.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to sit up and be like, I'm not going to sit up and be like Stephen A. Smith and find fault as to not give props to an actual winning team.
Right. How can you not say a winning team, the number one winning team, doesn't have a chance to win a Super Bowl?
Right.
How can you say that?
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
The tournament hasn't even started yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's possible that they can go to the Super Bowl and win it. Just like it's possible for any of these other teams that are in the tournament to win it. But it's likely that, percentage-wise, it's likely that the Patriots and the Cowboys will meet in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Statistically, that's what it is.
Right.
That's who's supposed to play the Super Bowl. You know, now we know how things can sometimes get off balance and then it completely goes the other way. We know how that happens.
Boy, don't we?
Huh?
Boy, don't we?
Yes, exactly. So that's why I say, I mean, dude, I really don't see anybody else in the Super Bowl besides the Cowboys and the Patriots.
I think if Green Bay has one of those crazy years, like to where, I mean, which we've only seen with Eli Manning, you know what I'm saying? But I think there's enough talent to where, I don't know.
Who do you think, okay, let me see here. Do you see anybody beating the Patriots?
No.
You don't?
No.
Out of the teams that are in the playoffs, none of those teams are going to beat the Patriots.
It's the Patriots.
Right.
I mean, I would say the Raiders, but I would say the Raiders, man, but their quarterback is hurt.
Exactly. And he's out.
Does Seattle have a chance? Maybe. The Packers, you can throw on the Packers. The Cowboys, you can throw on the Cowboys. Can you throw on the Cowboys? Are they better defensively than they were at the beginning of the year? Yeah. And then experience versus youth. I mean, an angry Tom Brady versus youth. Like,
exactly.
Who are you? I mean, who would you have? Yeah, like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good on, like, you know, as awesome as the Cowboys have played this year, I don't see them beating New England. The only team that I saw New England losing to is the Raiders, and their quarterback is hurt.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a challenging playoff, man. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see it this weekend.
So, damn, dude. So, knowing what we've known about how the Packers are just nuts now, and knowing how we know that Eli can catch lightning in a bottle, you have no... your faith is with the blue and silver.
Yeah. I believe the blue and silver is going to go, man. I really do.
Well,
yeah,
you heard it here first, folks. Like, they're going to the bowl. Like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't even... Of course we go watch Wild Card Weekend. It's football. But, I mean, I have a feeling that if one of those two, if the Giants or the Packers cast lightning in the bottle, like, it's going to be dangerous. Like, we have a chance to see a historical, like, playoff run if it's one of those two teams.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let me ask you this. Out of all the teams, are you happy with the people that are in the playoffs right now?
to be quite honest, I thought Minnesota was going to do something, but what's the name turned into a pumpkin. Sam Bradford turned into a pumpkin. Like, he was having the Cinderella season. Then around week 5, it was like, pumpkin, dude.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. What happened with Indianapolis?
You mean...
That team looks like it is falling apart.
You mean what happens when you have a franchise quarterback and you can't... and you're basically throwing to blah?
Yeah.
And you're not defending anybody? That's what happened. That's what happened. You're not defending anybody and you're throwing to blah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... Because I was listening to Andrew Luck. I mean, he sounds like he's a really positive guy, and it's almost like, dude, why are you with the Colts? But I understand.
Right.
I understand. You know, it is what it is, but I just would hate to see him be one of those be a Dan Marino, dude, basically.
That never won anything?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right now, that's in his foreseeable future.
That's in his future? So you're basically calling him Baby Dan Marino.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Said all types of crazy numbers, and then it's like, no, I'm good.
Right, exactly. They don't give him anybody, man. They don't give him anybody, so it's just like, okay, well, I'm here.
And I'm just going to throw the ball to anybody that can run somewhat fast.
Yeah, I mean, heck, if you want to do that, trade him to Chicago.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome, but it would be so bad for the Bears. Because we have nothing else.
Right. I know it. Y'all would have to get receivers for him, man.
Badly, because we don't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, it would be tough, dude. What are y'all going to do next year?
Well, I'll give you my honest opinion. Build up your defense, build up your line. There's nothing in this draft quarterback-wise that excites me, especially at number 3. I would go and I'd get a developmental quarterback, not Mac Barkley, because I like Barkley, but he's a system quarterback. And now, here's the deal. This changes if they change the coordinator. If they change the offensive coordinator and actually get a coordinator that knows how to run Jordan Howard,
right,
then I think you keep Barkley. And you have a coordinator, because the coordinator that we have now doesn't really understand how to do pro football. He doesn't. It's like run. You got a guy like Jordan Howard that you found. Run the ball. Stop asking Matt Barkley to throw the ball a bunch of times. Run the ball. They could have easily been like, and that doesn't mean anything, but you could have easily won like 2 or 3 more games throughout the season.
Right.
So, to me, I would shore up we still need safety help. We still need corner help. I would shore up this draft, I would shore up the defense and give Fangio some things to work with. Offensively, they're fine. I mean, Cuthead's gone. I would keep Brian Hoyer. I would keep Brian Hoyer. I would keep Matt Barkley. Depending on if you're gonna keep the same. If you're gonna stand pat offensively as far as coordinators and coaches go, then you let Matt Barkley go. Because I think with the offensive coordinator that we have right now, I think he doesn't know what he's doing. And if you get a guy, because they let a dude from San Diego go, the head coach of the Chargers, Fox has a pedigree with that guy. They've helped each other win, especially with the the Peyton Manning years, you know, like I would latch on to Fox like with the quickness and see what you have.
You know,
but they gotta shore up the defense, and you gotta find a bridge QB that's not an idiot.